There wasn't enough supply and the demand was still there. This is probably because of the ultra low interest rates that are still happening, which brings me to my 2021 predictions. Welcome back and happy new year. My name is Stephen Ho, and this is the Mister Sauga real estate team. And we are looking at what happened in 2020 and kind of the predictions for what's going to happen in 2021. So, quickly, this is kind of the graph. We've been keeping tabs on all the numbers of what's happening in the market. The yellow line is the percentage of listings sold on a 7-day average. And looking at this, at the beginning of the year, it was very strong, and then COVID happened and it took a dip. The brakes were slammed, everyone was on lockdown, and then gradually, since then, the market has been steadily coming back. The green is all the new listings, and the blue is all the sales. And throughout the recovery period in the summer months, it seemed like it was a pretty steady market. Both buyers and sellers were coming out and sales were happening at a healthy rate around 60%, hovering around that. And as we entered November and December, the number of listings slowly came back down to earth as people were entering the holidays. Typically is a slower period, but the buyers were still out. And that resulted in the percentage of listing sales to just skyrocket because of supply and demand. Growth is looking to remain steady because of low inventory. Without the number of listings coming out, the buyer and demand is still there. There's a lot of opportunities in the market if you know what you're looking for. And right now, there's not enough listings for buyers. With low supply and high demand, this is going to cause an increase in price. We can see in 2020, there's 7% more activity in terms of sales than in 2019. Price has also reflected that when price is up on average 11%. Now, these numbers are for a blanket overall GTA for all types of housing prices and activity. But you must take that with a grain of salt because the purchasing habits were trending towards larger freehold, more space type of homes. So the price tag of those are going to be a little bit higher, whereas the condos were a little bit slower and not much activity happening to average out the average sale price. So looking at 2021, this is probably going to remain somewhat steady, but the gap between freehold homes and condo properties are probably going to shrink a little bit because the demand for freehold homes are pushing the price a little bit too far out of reach for condo owners. So people are probably going to be relegated back to buying more affordable housing. And this brings me to my next prediction. As immigration and the borders remain closed for the time being and vaccines are rolling out, this is probably going to slow down the rental market. So the gap between the freehold market and the condo market is probably a little bit too big of a gap now. And this is opening up opportunities for the condo market to rebound. And this is the second prediction. The condo market is probably going to rebound because of the gap between houses and condos. So in order for you to get into the freehold, detached, or semi-detached market, that price point is getting pushed out of your budget. So you're going to have to probably buy a condo. And what's happening is that market is going to rebound because there's a lot of opportunities there. And this brings me to my third point. When the border and immigration is still kind of lacking because of the pandemic, this is causing a lot of opportunities in the condo market. And because the border is closed still and immigration is pretty much at a halt, the rental market is suffering because of that. And when the border opens up, who knows when that is, hopefully sometime soon, or sometime this year, the rental market will rebound based on that timing because of the visa students, immigration, international workers. They all need temporary housing when they first come to Canada. And once they settle in, then they start getting into the resale market. But that is a huge market in terms of rentals. So without that, the rental market is still going to remain slow until that happens. Ultimately, I think the interest rate is going to remain low based on the pandemic and everything that's happening. Even when things start trending back to normal, the economy is still going to have to recover, and interest rates can't really come back up anytime soon until the recovery process is well underway. So that's it for my 2021 predictions. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the market. Leave a comment below. And if you've been watching, appreciate you. And if you're new, smash that like button or hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.